When people look to buy real estate in Phuket, they usually start with obvious things: location, price, layout, and how far the project is from the sea. But there is one factor which is often underestimated: the developer. The Phuket market works a little differently than in major cities. There aren't always massive ad campaigns, billboards outside on the streets, or big and loud media promises from the developers. A lot is built based on the reputation. And no one knows the reputation better than agents who work with developers every single day. Visit construction sites, talking to the buyers, handling transactions, and then see what happens to the project years after the handover. And today, I want to tell you about the developer Phuket knows, not for the beautiful renders or presentation, but for what was actually built. Over 20 years on the market, more than 10 completed projects. We're talking about developer Phuket Plus. Kamala, Surin, Kata. This is Phuket Plus Developer. Today, we're going to look at already completed projects, talk about company philosophy, and take a closer look at the 3 developments which are currently under construction. The company's story begins in 2006. Phuket was already attracting more and more foreign buyers, but the market wasn't nearly as saturated as it's today. The company's first project was the Palmyrah Residence in Kamala, a small intimate development that marked the beginning of Phuket Plus' entire history on the island. Why Kamala? Because from the very beginning, the company saw this area not as a passing trend, but as a location with long-term potential. Kamala isn't about noise, nightlife, or random tourist traffic. It's a neighborhood for people who come to Phuket for peace, privacy, a quality environment, and the feeling of genuine resort living. That's why Phuket Plus never tried to spread itself across the entire island. The company focused on locations it understood well: Kamala, Surin, Kata. These are areas where it's not just about the beach and the view. It's about the atmosphere, infrastructure, the quality of the community, and the long-term liquidity of the property. We're currently in Kamala, the developer's most well-known project, Oceanana, which was built and handovered in 2018. What makes it special that it combines 2 formats in one: the residential complex and the resort-style property, with rental management capabilities. So for buyers, it's not just an apartment which sits empty most time of the year. It's an asset which can work for you. You visit it while you're in Phuket, and the rest of the time it can be enrolled in a rental program through the management company. For its time, Oceanana was an important project because it's answered the foreign buyers' needs more precisely than most. Buy property by the sea without having to personally handle all the maintenance, rental, and management. In Phuket, this is especially important. Most buyers live in other countries. They can't check in on the property every day, find guests, oversee cleaning, repairs, or check-ins. That's why a well-structured management model becomes part of the product itself. Kamala is the neighborhood company chose not by accident. There is no big city feel here. It's calmer, softer, more private. People who come here, they know Phuket very well, and they understand that what they need is not only just a beach, it's also a comfortable environment for living and relaxing. That's why Phuket Plus has been working in Kamala since 2006. For company, is not just a dot on the map, it's one of the defining locations in their history. Today, years after completion, Oceanana remains a recognizable name in the market. For the developer, is one of the most important quality indicators. When a project stays relevant not just during the sales phase, but 5, 6, 7 years after construction is finished. Because the real test of real estate doesn't begin at launch. It begins once the project starts living. Next stop, Surin, one of Phuket's most peaceful and scenic beachfront neighborhoods. The atmosphere here is different. Less hustle, more privacy, strong tourist demand, and yet a sense of intimacy. Talay, Surin Beach, represents different format in the company's portfolio. Not a condominium, not a classic residence, but a hotel right by Surin Beach. The project was completed in 2016. For Phuket Plus, it was a significant milestone. So the company demonstrated that they could work not only with residential real estate, but with the full-scale hospitality product. The hotel format demands a completely different approach. It's not enough to simply build beautiful rooms. You have to think through the entire guest experience. How people arrive, how they use the facilities, how comfortable they feel, how the service operates, and how the property is perceived not just on day one, but throughout the entire stay. For a developer, this is a serious education because a hotel immediately reveals whether the space has been designed correctly. Guests interact with the property every single day. The room, the view, the corridors, the reception, the service, the walk to the beach. Surin Beach is just steps away, and this is obviously the property key advantage. But it's not the only one. Talay is not about a high-volume tourism. It's more about a calmer travelers. Someone who chooses not just based on price, but also based on location, atmosphere, proximity to the sea, and the feeling of a private retreat. For Phuket Plus, this project was an important proof of concept. The company can create not only properties for purchase, but the assets that operate in the day-to-day reality of the hotel management. And that directly informs future projects, because understanding service, operators, and guest behavior becomes part of the developer's DNA. So we're staying in Surin, and right now we're at Palmyrah Residence Surin, the condominium which was completed in 2019. If Talay is hospitality story, Palmyrah is more about the living. It's a story about the buyer who wants his own apartment in Phuket. To come here few weeks or months, live in the comfortable environment, and use the property as an investment asset the rest of the time. Choosing a location for this kind of project is always about more than land prices. You need to understand who will live there, who will rent, how the neighborhood will develop, and how convenient it will be for long-term ownership. Surin is very telling in this regard. It's a neighborhood with a strong tourism reputation, a great beachfront position, and a calmer, more premium audience. When a developer builds several projects in the same neighborhood, that's not a coincidence. It means that the developer is genuinely understanding the area. Who is buying, what formats are in demand, and how market is shifting. And what kind of product will stay relevant, not just today, but years from now. After 10 completed projects, the main takeaway is actually quite simple. In Phuket, you can't build just for beautiful launch. What matters is that property lives on after handover, that the management company can run it properly, that owners find it easy to use, that agents aren't embarrassed to show it to their next clients, and that the project doesn't lose its appeal over time. Palmyrah is one of the projects which clearly reflects the Phuket Plus philosophy. A calm location, a clear format, resort-level infrastructure, and the product built for a long run.
So I've been in Phuket for the last 20 years in the real estate business. And one thing is for sure, that the market has been constantly evolving. The market 20 years ago was very different to the market today. It's a lot larger, it's a lot more diverse, and there's a lot more international visitors here than there were before.
More than 10 projects has been completed, and company keeps moving forward. 3 projects are currently under development, and they are all located in 3 different parts of Phuket. Each one is designed for a different audience, a different investment horizon, and a different ownership scenario.
So we have 3 projects under development at the moment. Everprime, The Element, and the Trees Residences. Each of our products offer fantastic amenities, be that at Everprime, be that at the Element or be that at the Trees. We complete our projects with exceptional amenities and facilities, and that is common across all of the projects. There's no difference between that. What is different is the location. So Everprime, we're here in Karon. The location is on a hillside. Element project is in Kamala, in a very peaceful mountain location on flat land. And the Trees is set in undulating land in a valley in Bang Tao.
Right now, I'm standing at Palmyrah Residence's construction site, the project which is located between Kata and Karon Beach. This is the most ambitious of the company's new projects. But let's go through them in order, starting from one which will be completed first. The Element by Anocha, Kamala. This is our home neighborhood, the very one where everything started back in 2008. We've been building here for over 20 years, and we know every street, every road to the sea, and every cafe which was opened by the neighbors. But the most important thing is the completion date, December 2026. Out of the 3 projects, this one is delivered first. If you're thinking about buying and don't want to wait for 3 years, the Element is your choice. Kamala, familiar neighborhood, clear product, and the handover this year. Everprime Residences. We just came back from the construction site, located between Kata and Karon Beach. For those who are looking to invest within 2 to 3 years, this project is the perfect opportunity. And the third project, the Trees Residence, located in Bang Tao, one of the fast-growing areas in Phuket. 3 neighborhoods, Kamala, Kata, Bang Tao. 3 different products, a beachside condo, a sea view residence, and a yield-generating property with a hotel license. 3 different entry points by price and investment horizon. Links to each one are in the description. There you can find floor plans, renders, and contact details. If you want to understand which one fits your situation, the contact button is right there. We've laid out the facts. The choice is yours. Phuket Plus has 20 years of experience behind it, from the first homes in Kamala to large-scale complexes across the island. All of that experience is now the foundation for our new projects. In this video, we wanted to give you a closer look at these projects and show why it matters so much for developer to have real, completed projects specifically in Asian countries. It's a completely different kind of construction. The climate, the materials, the regulations, the approach to maintenance. And without hands-on local experience, the risks for the buyer go up significantly. If you are considering property in Phuket, whether for living, holidays, or investment, check out the links in the description. You'll find details on each project there: location, layouts, completion dates, and purchase terms. Take a look, ask questions. We're here to help. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.